Welcome to the Extraordinary Culture Podcast. Podcast for the culture that is music, movies, sports, food, and beer. The Extraordinary Culture.
That's exactly where I work, actually.
Yeah. Okay, well, yeah, I guess so. Well, anyway, I was like, yeah, man, he works out that way. He's like, well, I think I saw him, but I don't think I have his number anymore.
So you got a text from Bigfoot?
Yeah, randomly. That's funny. Hey, man, it's me. It's Jose. I was like, yeah, no, wait, I got your number.
You guys didn't send him a text for his birthday?
No, I forgot. I forgot to send him anyone, too.
I knew because it's like the same day as Aunt Margie's and Richard Nixon's.
Yeah. I forgot to send your ass. I was busy. Yesterday? Yeah.
Yesterday.
Yeah, it was yesterday.
Good job yesterday. I was doing.
Okay. All right. Welcome to the Extraordinary Culture Podcast. This is our first podcast of the year.
Oh, we started?
Yeah, we started a while ago. I told Dan to hit record just when we were bullshitting. That way it's a little more natural when we go into this.
Hello.
So, first podcast of the new year. Happy New Year, guys. How's you guys doing?
Doing good. Thank you.
All right.
Yeah, man, stomach flu went through my house, so New Year kind of sucked.
I think stomach flu or any kind of flu went through everybody's house. I know people
Christine's sick right now.
Yeah.
Ready to die.
Yeah. I know people that have been sick for like a month.
Please don't. We're the last standing people, I think, on the planet.
You get vaccinated?
Yes, we did.
So did
I got vaccinated.
I didn't get the flu. I got the stomach flu.
I
got sick on Christmas night. I don't even know. I told you guys that. I got sick on Christmas night.
Oh, wow.
I ate dinner over at my mother-in-law's house, and then I kind of was like, I don't feel right. I think I'm going to go. Well, I live next door. I think I'm going to go to the house for a few. So after that, it was done.
2 days later.
And 2 days later, I emerged from the house. That's what it was. Actually, the actual stomach part of that wasn't so bad. It was the aches and the chills. Man, that it was weird to be like, to wake up sweating and then get up to go to the bathroom and come back to bed and be like, I'm freezing again. What the hell? It took me out for a couple of days.
Yeah, I was very lucky. All I had was a cold from allergies. I had a little slight fever for a couple of days, and that was about it.
You're always getting a fever.
Yeah. I'm hot, that's why.
Happy birthday!
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
I have now traveled around the sun 42 times.
So you're the same age as Mariano Rivera's number?
I'm the same age as Jackie Robinson's number.
He's the same age that his dad was when he was that age.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh. So what his dad says when I was your age, he's that age?
Yeah.
Exactly.
There you go. Cool. Anybody resolutions? I'm not that type of person, but
I resolved not to make them.
I just always say I'm going to lose weight and eat healthier, read more, be more creative.
42 years later.
Yeah. Hey, I did lose weight this year. I started a podcast.
That's because he was sick and had that fever.
And I didn't read as much as I want to, but I'll read more this year.
Nah.
what I need to do, I just need to communicate with people more. Send texts, send messages on Facebook.
Yeah,
or
reply
Instagram.
back. Don't leave me on red.
I watched that shit.
I know, I do too. I'm like, just says delivered when he goes to Rick.
That's because I turned off the thing that says red.
Dirty.
Speaking of Instagram, man, we've been getting some weird followers.
Yeah, we have been. I think the one I got this evening was Danny's hair, Dan's in hair.
I didn't cut. Oh, you cut hair. Wrong Dan's hair.
Yeah. So I'm like, what? I didn't even get a chance to look at it.
It was like Dan's in hair or something
yeah.
like that. I saw that.
When I go through and I follow people back, it's like, if you're a business and like we really don't know who you are, we're probably not going to follow you. And I got a couple messages, one on my personal one about a Norco realty place following me. And I said, hey, you want to sponsor my podcast? If you're not gonna sponsor my podcast, don't follow me anymore.
They didn't respond to you, did they?
They didn't respond. I sent them an email. They didn't respond to me, but they stopped following me.
Good for them. Good for them.
Because I was gonna put them on blast. I go, look, these guys, they're following me, but they're not gonna sponsor my podcast. Don't go to them. Don't use them.
And then someone tried to take our Instagram name, right?
Yeah.
No, he just inquired about, like, changing it so he could have it or something. It was stupid. The guy's like a bodybuilder. Or
Yeah, I
something.
saw
Like,
that. I
what
went
the
and
hell does
checked out his page.
Exocast have anything to do with? For business purposes, you lift weights. Shouldn't it be like weightlifting Mike or some bullshit like that?
And I was like,
Joe
dude,
lifts or stuff.
yeah. And I told him, I go, it took us months to find the name. Took us longer to find an Instagram name. We're not going to change it. There you go. Good luck with your whatever you're doing. Have a nice day.
But fuck off.
Are we still to look out and getting matching Instagram and Facebook names?
Yeah, no. Speaking of that, what is our Instagram and Facebook and all that?
Our email is
Oh.
exocast@yahoo.com.
Instagram EXO Culture.
And Facebook is EXO Cult.
Awesome. Well, in the news, I noticed recently, I'm sure I told you guys, I texted you about it too, but just last week, longtime radio personalities here in Inland Empire, Stu, Tiffany, and Jimbo, were let go of KCal from KCal FM.
So those who know, that's the morning stiffy.
Well, no, Stu hadn't been
Oh.
on that for a few months. Stu actually requested to do night times again, so he was after Daryl. KCal is one of the only stations I actually listen to because I don't know. Sometimes I just get tired of the iPod, and I just want to hear a variety of stuff. So I'll listen to that.
A variety
Yeah.
of stuff that you don't have.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I can't even say that. Just something different every once in a while. But
Even
yeah,
then, I think the last few years, it's just been like STJ, Stu, Tiffany, Jimbo before that. It wasn't the morning stiffy for a while.
right. No, it hasn't been called the Morning Stiffy in a while.
That's what
But
I.
they-
Last
okay,
time I
so
heard
it's
it was
kinda-
what I knew it as.
That happened, and then they like. Did you follow this at all? Because I kind of followed it because I would listen to them every morning actually on the way to work. So they had no idea. They came in the next morning. Actually, it was the last day that they did it. They were supposed to record some radio spots,
Yeah.
and it was Tiffany that got let go first.
Mm-hmm.
And she came out and said something to Jimbo had said something to her like, "Oh, we're gonna go record those spots." And she's like, "I don't think we're gonna be doing that." And then he walked in to get fired, and they must have fired Stu later in the day. But they had no idea, and then it was just done. They didn't really have a last.
They didn't even get to say goodbye.
No, they didn't get to say
not at
goodbye.
all.
And that's typical with radio.
No, well, no, because the other one was Ralph Garman, and Ralph Garman did actually get to say goodbye. He was there, and he got the opportunity to say on his last little segment, "This is my last day." He knew it. He knew for like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And he couldn't say anything. Like, contractually, he was not allowed to say why he was being let go or anything like that.
But all of this actually boils down to, for both, for Ralph Garman, for K-Rock, and for STJ, what the budget cuts
Yeah.
is what it was. And they were blindsided. Like, I guess KCal had been fighting it for a while. 'Cause I don't know, do you know who Daryl is?
Yeah, Daryl's he's the afternoon guy, and then he's the one who runs the Facebook stuff.
He's also the one that does the music selection.
Right.
So he's one of the head guys at the station,
Mm-hmm.
and he said they'd been fighting it for months for these things, and it's not the station itself, it's the corporate
Right.
sponsor that would like do that. So the only thing I can think of in their case is if they're looking to save money, since those three have been on so long, their contracts are probably worth the most money. So it's like you let them go, you freed up a bunch of things. Because the next morning it was weird because I still had it on the dial the next morning. I don't have anything against Patrick, the guy that's there, but
Mhm.
all they did was it really was just like anybody would host a radio show. Play a bunch of music. Patrick would come on in between, talk about, oh, I can get tickets for this and this and that, and then back to more music. It was not morning drive time radio at
He's
all.
not even doing the Catch My Riff anymore.
No, well, if he had, I haven't listened to a whole show.
Mhm.
I mean, he might be doing that, but it is not morning radio as we know morning radio, like at all.
The face of radio is just, or the sounds of radio have just changed so much. I mean, it's a lot more about the dollar, more about what's going to get the more listeners for the cheapest amount of money, and finding your sponsors.
Well, I guess recently they kind of changed up what they were playing too, because I don't think KCal now is really playing anything that kind of came out pre-90s. Maybe select stuff here and there.
No
A
more
lot of it
mandatory
is like-
Metallica.
I don't know. I don't.
They
listen
still
to
play
it
quite
all
a bit
the
of
time.
Metallica, yeah, but
But the Metallica's a mainstay on that station.
Yeah.
They're like one of the first stations in this area that even play Metallica.
Yeah.
But a lot of it's in that because I heard a commercial for it and it said the 90s, the 2000s. Now it didn't say anything about going
Yeah.
back, which is like the focus kind of is in that.
it's kind of hitting
Era.
to that grunge era and beyond now,
Yeah, that demographic that's really us.
where it is classic rock now.
Yeah, it is classic rock. And again, really, I brought this up I think on our first podcast. Los Angeles has no modern rock radio.
Hmm.
We don't. Not even KCal is modern rock radio. They play new stuff, but it's not classified as that.
Yeah.
you'll hear some like every once in a while you hear like something like Volbeat. You know what the Volbeat is?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's Volbeat or something kind of cool like that, but like really not a whole lot.
Well, your typical radio hour in LA now is Foo Fighters, Nirvana, about it. Foo Fighters, Nirvana, Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yeah, that's
I
about
listen to
right.
radio.
You know,
Vince-
okay,
Vince and Ricky.
I'm convinced. I've told people this before, but I'm convinced at any time, in any station that is any way affiliated with rock in Southern California, especially here where we live, you can go through the dial and hear either Guns N' Roses or Red Hot Chili Peppers. You can
Yeah.
go through the dial at any given time, or within a song or two, hear Red Hot Chili Peppers and Guns N' Roses.
I would add Foo Fighters to that.
I almost kind of did, but I know for a fact Guns N' Roses, or
Yeah.
Guns N' Roses and Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yeah, and that's why more and more people are streaming
Pandora.
or
Not even Pandora anymore. Just
I
Jeez,
had
Apple
Amazon
Music.
Yeah, I had Amazon Music because I have an Alexa.
yeah. I just have that primarily for at home, but I do use Apple Music.
Well, I have it because I have an Alexa. I have a tap, and then for Christmas, everybody got dots.
yeah,
So the kids have dots in their room, and I can hook up Amazon Music to that because it's only like $7 a month,
hmm
and everybody in all those rooms can play it. It doesn't cost anything other than $7 a month.
Oh, I just have it for this particular dot that's in the living room.
I-
That's like 4.
Yeah, I had that. I had that for just the tap. So when
Mhm.
all the kids got, because I got it, I even got a dot that I keep in the bedroom.
Yeah.
Which actually is quite convenient. You don't have to get out of bed to be like, oh my god, Alexa, what time is it? It is 1:09 a.m. Thank you. You know, that's kind of nice. I don't have to roll over to check the time. I can just ask Alexa. She tells me.
that's lazy on like a whole
Yeah,
nother
right,
level.
dude. Yeah, but like, I can take it with me too. So there's benefits to that. I did have the $4 one. It went up to 70, but that's because everybody uses it. My daughter's in love with
She says, Alexa, play My Chemical Romance.
it. Yeah. Alexa, play Fall Out Boy. Yeah.
I asked her one of the last times I saw her, I'm like, does your dad know that you listen to that?
Hey, better that than Justin Bieber.
That is
You
true.
know what I was thinking. You know what I was thinking too. I actually thought this like, I have nothing against hip hop. I really don't have anything against hip hop, but a lot of the stuff that's in hip hop music is really sexualized,
Yeah,
and rock's not. Not I mean, there is, but not
Not
what she's
overly
listening to.
sexualized.
Yeah, it's not overly sexualized. If there's a cuss word, it's just like, oh, oh, fuck this, or it's not like.
and
Any
I'm
other
sure she
sense of
knows them
word.
already.
Well, I know she does, but I mean, it's not used in a sexual manner
Yeah.
for the most part for the stuff she listens to. So I'm like, oh, you know what? I'll take that. I'll take that kind of rock over some bullshit hip hop that's just, she doesn't need to be listening to Nicki Minaj or Cardi B or any of that bullshit. That's over the
That's
sexual.
no Kendrick Lamar.
No, pass. So I'm not even into that shit. It is whatever.
Does she play video games?
No, my son does.
Now is he addicted to video games?
Hell yeah, he is.
Are you gonna have to send him to the?
No, he doesn't have a mental health disorder, but
Yeah.
he's quite smart.
So the World Health Organization has declared that video game addiction is a mental disorder.
Nice segue, by the way.
So this is saying, okay, some of us play video games. I really don't because I suck at video games. I'm not gonna lie, I suck at video games. I'm not gonna spend all that money for a game that I'm never gonna beat. But this is for people who they have the opportunity to have sex, but they're too focused on playing a video game at the time, or people who are playing video games and having sex at the same time, or people who neglect their kids and have sex at the same time.
Right.
And I mean, anything could be an addiction. You could be addicted to listening to podcasts all day. You don't want to do anything but listen to podcasts. Or you could be addicted to drinking water, swimming, exercise. I mean, I've heard people addicted to exercise.
Yeah, and anytime it affects what you're doing, your relationships, anything like that, to the point where there's negative effect, that things are negatively happening. I don't know how to phrase that right now. But, it can be an addiction.
Yeah. I mean, like someone was telling me, like, goes, well, if you drink every day, you're an alcoholic. I go, no. If you drink every day, you're not an alcoholic. Now, if you have adverse effects,
Drink water every day.
drink alcohol. If you have adverse effects from drinking alcohol every day, then yeah, you're
Like
you're
that big
addicted.
nose, like the big red nose.
The big red nose.
If you're telling your son or
grew up
daughter,
as a
sorry,
drunk?
I'm not going anywhere because I have to finish the drink, then, yeah, that's something.
If you're at Moe's instead of being at your son or daughter's recital, then you're an alcoholic. Or if you're playing video games because you need to level up on World of Warcraft, and you're not going to your son or daughter's school functions, yeah, then you're addicted to video games.
Hey Rick, were you ever with us when we used to go pick up Russell when we lived in that mobile home park over by Centennial? We'd drive by and like 2 o'clock in the morning to drop him off.
No.
There was that dude always in his garage. You could tell he's playing video games because he had the headset on and like that dude doesn't do anything but hang out in that garage and play video games.
This was like 2002 too.
I know. I don't even know what he was playing. It must have been a computer game, dude. I don't even know. But it was funny. We'd always drop him off and like, that dude's still playing games. It would be like really late in the morning.
Yeah, but you know, as soon as you left, Russell went and joined them, or Jose hopped online.
No,
Hey, I was
they
gonna
would be
play.
with us after time. So we were still sticking it. So the World Health Organization declared it as a mental disorder.
Yeah. Like I said, I don't play video games enough because I suck at it. But hey, each their own. And I mean, I knew some guy that within 36 hours of the new update of World of Warcraft being released, he had leveled up 10 levels in that time. I'm like, well, what you doing? He goes, I just played straight through. I go, did you sleep? No. I'm like, and so what do you have to do now? He goes, well, I've leveled up. I go, well, what does that mean? You have to wait for the new expansion to pack to level up again. He's go, yeah, pretty much. I go, so you just spent all that money and wasted all that time. He's all, well, no, because I could do it with my other characters. I'm all, how many more characters do you have?
But there's always more stuff to do. Like my kid, again, he's a little bit addicted, but we managed to keep him away from it every time to time. But he got a new video game for Christmas. He got that Mario Odyssey. He beat it in 2 days. So then he's the type that will watch his videos, like how do you beat this level and stuff like that.
Well, that's what he's doing when he's not on the video game.
Well,
he's
yeah,
on YouTube watching
I know.
the videos.
But you know what? I can't deny him. The kid comes home and does his homework right away.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't even complain. He'll get home, do his homework, so I know it's like, okay, I'm done. I'm done. I can now go do this. He's figured it out.
Right.
I can now do whatever I want because I'm done with what the things I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
And then you tell him go to bed and he doesn't have a problem. Okay, right there. Like he just kind of like.
And he's not sneaking out to play video games in the middle of the night either. So.
As far as I know, he's not.
He's gonna walk in all of a sudden. He's like,
You have to take the power cord away, and hide it at night, make sure he's not
It
playing.
could be a lot
Lock
worse
up his
than playing
controller.
video games at night.
Yeah.
I've got like 4 systems in my house. So I mean,
and out of all of them, how many of them do they actually play?
he plays all of them.
What 4 systems do you have?
All right, maybe it's 3. I got 4 now. I have a Wii, a Switch, an Xbox, and an Xbox 360, and an Xbox One. So it's kind of like, I don't know. Some of it's backwards compatible. Things like that. So,
Can I play GoldenEye 007?
Not yet. I know a guy that's worth off. What's up, Michael? that dude has systems from back in the day. He'll show you all his Nintendo cards. He has a dining table full of Nintendo cartridges.
We have a functioning Super Nintendo at the house.
Yeah, I want a classic one. Hi, Alex. They come up on an actually classic Nintendo.
I just played the classic Super Nintendo the other night.
Oh, the
The
little
the
$50
little
one.
Yeah.
that was pretty awesome.
Yeah, who has that?
A buddy of mine,
Oh, yeah?
Junior. Hey, Junior, what's up, dude? Yeah, he brought it over, and we just were checking it out. I want to get one.
Well, we tried to get the classic one
Yeah.
when it came out. Nobody had them.
Nobody had them.
They were
They
hard
said
to
they're going to
get.
release some
Yeah.
extra. They're going to release some more, I think, in March. Both the NES Classic and the Super NES Classic.
I mean, you, me, and my other brother, we had like a pack. Like if you go anywhere and you see them, get 3. We each get one. But it never happened.
That's crazy. All right, guys. What do you guys want to hear? Some music after this, or what do you guys want to? How do you guys want to do this? Cool. Let's take a little break. We'll come right back.
All right, man. So this weekend we're gonna do something kind of cool. Myself, Rick, Xavier, and our other brother are gonna go down to downtown Disney and do the new Star Wars Secrets of the Empire VR experience. So, what this actually is it's just like it says, it's virtual reality. We get those goggles and we get a pack and we go through, and what we are is we're spies for the rebellion, and we have a mission where we're supposed to find something against the Empire. So what makes it unique is downtown Disney actually closed a couple of shops recently, and they turned it into this VR experience. So as I understand it, as we walk around and deal with it, because augmented reality means that you see something in front of you. I can be fighting, I think we talked about this before, I feel like a deja vu. I'm fighting Darth Maul in my kitchen. That's not what this is.
And can we have some?
What we're actually in,
This isn't the virtual reality like they're showing on Facebook. Suggested posts. They're like, do the Star Wars thing.
We interact with things within these buildings. So that's what we're going to do. And the reviews that I've seen have said something like if we're on Mustafar and it feels hot, we feel hot. Like if we get shot in this, like we're going to feel it somehow.
If I hit a wall, I'm going to feel like I hit a wall.
You're going to feel like you hit a wall.
Okay.
If we bump into each other or whatever, that kind of is what it is. But as I understand it, the whole thing is about 30 minutes long. It takes 10 minutes for us to get set up, and then our mission is like another 20 minutes. So, initial thoughts about what we're going to see, what we're going to do?
I'm excited for it. I haven't read too much about it. I saw like the trailer for it really quickly.
Well, it just opened on the 5th of this month, so this is only like the second or third weekend that it's actually going to happen. So we're relatively new to it. It's been selling out, too.
Yeah.
It has been selling out.
A friend of mine, I told him I'm going to do that, and he's like, oh, dude, let me have one of this. I could buy a ticket. I go, I think it might already be sold out.
No, not the entire thing, but like the opening weekends that kind of are. Because I have another friend, hey Tim, if you're listening, who tried to get a ticket that same day with us, and it was like there was only a few spots left, and it was like one. So it's in teams of 4. And when it opened, I bought 4 tickets because I knew, I'll invite some of you guys, and then like I could have a whole team. I'm alright playing with somebody else, but I thought it would be a lot more fun.
We're playing with somebody you know,
Playing with a group that you knew. So we're gonna do that. So Rick, your thoughts?
You know, I know that it exists. I've heard that it's been insanely popular. It's been selling out. I'm excited to check it out. I have no idea what's going here. I have like no expectations because it's a whole new experience for me. I've never done. I don't even own the little goggles for my phone. You know.
You don't have a Google Pixel?
No.
So the whole thing costs like it's $30 to do. So actually, we're going to do a little bit of post editing here, and this next segment that you're going to hear is our reactions to it after we complete our mission. So again, this next piece that you're going to hear is our reactions after we complete this mission.
So this is literally going to be like as we step out of the experience.
Yes, we're recording today on a Thursday. We actually do it on Saturday. When we step out, we'll just use our upgraded technology, i.e. iPhone, to record our initial experience of the whole thing, however excited we actually are, and then drop it into these pieces. So again, the next few minutes are our reactions to the Star Wars Secrets of the Empire VR experience.
Through the magic of editing and Star White.
All right, guys. We're here from the Extraordinary Culture Podcast. This is Dan.
Xavier.
And Rick. And we just finished the Star Wars VR experience, Secrets of the Empire, here at downtown Disney. At the Void. Yeah. What did you guys think?
I thought it was fun. I mean, I got to put on a Stormtrooper outfit. I couldn't see a thing because I'm a little short for a Stormtrooper. But it was a great time. Very interactive. You feel everything around you. You feel getting hit. You get to see the guns shooting, and it was fun. Had a great time.
I had no idea what to expect. It was really cool actually going to Mustafar and completing a mission for the rebels against the Empire.
We did go. It's like a total immersion experience. So basically, you put on this backpack and a set of goggles, and you are a stormtrooper on a mission. It's set in the time. I'm not going to give too many spoilers about the actual mission, but it's set in the time of about Rogue One.
Yes, prior to. Yeah,
just prior to, because K2SO is kind of your guide. So it's something the first time I had a really good time. I'm not going to lie to you. I would like to do this again one more time, because now that we kind of know how it works, because it did take not very long, but it took a minute to kind of figure out what was going on and what we were supposed to do. So once we kind of figured that out, it was good. There are a couple puzzles we basically got stuck with a puzzle.
Apparently nobody knows how to play Simon in this group.
But
I was busy shooting.
As was I.
we managed to finish it and complete our mission. Nice surprise, kind of at the end with an appearance. I'm not going to again. I don't want to spoil anything, but you know, I would definitely check it out. But this is the Void VR experience at Downtown Disney. It's kind of it for our podcast. Anything else you want to throw in there about what goes on?
Definitely worth checking it out. It was a lot of fun. Just being in there, you really do feel like you are in the Star Wars universe at that moment.
You, as a Star Wars fan, you got to go to this. I was messing around because you see some droids and I try to touch them and they're actually, you could feel them.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's something definitely. Yeah, anyway, real quick, just because I think we got time with this, and I'm going to talk about this again for the other piece we're going to do right now. But yeah, definitely, you really are immersive. Like everything you see kind of is there. When you reach for something, you feel it. There's places you can walk. You have to walk through, and if it's not open, you can't walk through until you actually complete the piece that makes you walk through it. So
if
I thought
you get
that was
shot,
really cool.
you feel the shots.
Yeah,
so.
And you feel the heat. Like when Mustafar, since it's a hot planet, you feel the heat.
Yeah, you do that. The only complaint I had actually was only at the end, and I didn't notice this until the end, but that's where the VR got a little glitchy. We were done, and as we were standing there heading back from our mission, you could see the VR was a little glitchy, so I moved my arm away from the gun, and my arm was still there. Because it completely covers you, too. Like, we see each other as stormtroopers, and you look down at yourself, and you see a stormtrooper armor and glove on, and I still noticed I was still holding it. Only for a second, though. Did you notice that?
No.
I took my arm off the gun, and my arm was still there for a second, and then it kind of faded back.
But you know what? You probably should have adjusted the helmet itself to get that clarity, because that was one of the things with the...
I did that. I didn't have a problem seeing, and I only noticed at the very end. I know actually the second thing I noticed, and it was only at the very end. I didn't notice this when we were actually playing. Was my gun seemed bent at the end?
He said they were broken at the
end.
end.
Oh, they were broken.
We got
okay,
off.
Okay.
The person broke them.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
The end sequence.
Well, we kind of spoiled that one, but anyway.
Yeah. The end sequence, they got damaged.
All right. So again, Star Wars. We're in Downtown Disney. The Void VR experience, Secrets of the Empire. I would definitely do it again. Would you do it again?
Hell yeah.
In a heartbeat. In a heartbeat.
All right, man. We're out. Talk to you guys soon.
Bud Light presents Real Men of Genius.
Real Men of Genius.
Today we salute you, Mr. Way Too Much Cologne Wearer.
Mr. Way Too Much Cologne Wearer.
Like a bullhorn, your cologne announces your every arrival, 4 blocks before you get there.
Here he comes now.
Here a splish, there a splash, everywhere a splish splash. You don't stop till every square inch of manhood is covered.
Everywhere a splish splash.
Overslept and haven't got time to shower? Not to worry. You've got 4 gallons of cologne and a plan.
Pour it on.
So crack open an ice cold Bud Light, Mr. Way Too Much Cologne Wearer. Because we think we smell a winner.
Mr. Way Too Much Cologne Wearer.
So, you guys get your tickets for Black Panther?
No.
All right, so
That's the reason why.
Black,
Too soon.
Black Panther, which is a Marvel film, is the fastest-selling pre-sale Marvel movie. It's beat out Captain America: Civil War, which came out 2 years ago. 2015.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
2015. 2015 is when Civil War came out, and it's beating that one out, and which is kind of amazing. Captain America is a well-known character, whereas Black Panther, up until about maybe 10 years ago, you had to be like a real comic book nerd because he really didn't have an ongoing series all the time. He has a series, and it sells well for a little while, then it doesn't sell well.
He's traditionally known as like an ensemble character throughout most of Marvel's history.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, I hate to say this, but he's kind of like his popularity is like the Punisher. For a few years, he's really hot. He's got like 5 books out on his own. Well, not Black Panther; he just had 1, but he's done making appearances everywhere, and then he kind of disappears into obscurity for a little while, making a cameo here and there, once or twice a year.
Now, not that there's anything bad about Black Panther, but I never bought advance tickets for Captain America: Civil War or any of those.
No, I've never bought. I don't think the only time I ever buy advance tickets is Star Wars.
Yeah.
I bought them like maybe a week of if I know I'm going to go.
If you know you want to go on a Friday
opening
night.
weekend or the Thursday night or the Friday night, I may buy them that week, but I've never had trouble getting them.
No, we lied because we've bought Dark Knight tickets.
Yeah, Dark Knight and I think Superman films, but yeah, most of the time it's like
the Walmart.
Yeah,
I guess yeah.
But most of the time it's like, I'll just wait. I can wait to go see it. I don't have to go. For the Marvel films, I don't have to go see it opening day.
The last one I did that for was Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
You bought advance
And it
tickets for
was-
that?
I bought advance tickets for that because we saw it on the Thursday, like the 7 o'clock showing.
Oh yeah.
And even that wasn't hard. It was like maybe 2 days in advance I bought the tickets.
Well, you could still buy Last Jedi tickets. Well, not for the 7 o'clock show, but I think we mentioned this before. I Deja Vu. Or I talked about it on the other Mouse Fire podcast. You could buy tickets that day for like a 10 o'clock show or something.
Yeah, or the midnight
It
show.
wasn't like that. When Force Awakens opened, everything was sold out.
Yeah.
And fuck all you haters of the new movie too.
That got shown. Somebody used math because math is important, kids. And they showed through standard deviation that Last Jedi is the most divisive movie in terms of just IMDb ratings reviews. Not talking about any criticism or anything like that. Just looking at the way they rate it. Average-wise, the deviation in rating is greater there than anything else. The least divisive, believe it or not, Rogue One.
Yeah, that was just an overall good
I don't think
movie.
I've ever talked to anybody who's hated Rogue One.
I talked to somebody the other day who said it was all right.
You know,
Was it Armando?
And I actually met a couple. Well, I haven't talked to them about it, but the same person I was talking to kind of told me these two other guys that we know didn't like The Last Jedi, which surprised me. Which totally surprised me. I was like, no, I'm not with you there. But we did talk about Last Jedi on our last podcast, and then if you really want to hear something good, it's 2.5 hours long. But I got with the Mouse Fire guys, we did 2.5 hours on a bunch of insights, and we could have talked another hour and a half more. There's all kinds of stuff there. Everything in every little thing in these movies means something. It's carefully plotted and planned out. There's not a single thing anybody has brought up to me that I haven't had a reason to be like, hey, it's because of this.
Now, I have a question for you. 'Cause
Yeah.
I've only seen it once.
I saw
Last Jedi.
Wait,
I know
no,
you've seen it
what's
like
your final count?
6.
What's your final count,
I'm
Rick?
still on one thing.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow, I'm at 4.
Do they ever say, I got a bad feeling about this in Last Jedi?
It is actually it's BB-8 that does it, so it's beat.
So
So
BB-8.
But you can
apparently,
tell.
apparently,
You can
it's apparently it's in the novelization that that's what it translates to, and I think that's what I heard because I don't read books. Anthony, hi. But Poe's reaction to what he says is like that. Would happy beats. It's led to like I got a bad feeling about this. So happy beats, happy beats. So yeah,
I just
it
remember
is.
hearing the beep tone, and
And
it
I think-
sounded like that. I can't
right.
remember where.
Oh,
but
I don't
remember
know.
hearing that beep tone.
But there also, I think there's a Wilhelm scream in there too.
Yeah.
That's another
That's the
comment.
first place I remember hearing the Wilhelm scream is
Yeah,
when
it really
Chewbacca in Return of the Jedi, other than Tarzan, where the Wilhelm scream came from.
No, you didn't recognize it in A New Hope. That's the first one I can remember.
I'm drawing a blank.
It's the stormtrooper when they're the rope scene
Oh, yeah, that's right.
across the thing. He busts out whatever that's. I can't do it. But it's there. No, 4 times. I didn't have a problem with it at all. I think it still is really good, and I had the again. I'm having deja vu a lot today because I did a lot again with the Mouse Park guys for the last few weeks. But what I forgot what I thought. Old ass man.
I'm the oldest one here, and I'm thinking fine.
Yeah. Oh, I know what I told him. Right. What I told him was, if you go and watch A New Hope, that's a hard movie to watch. Watch it. It's a hard movie to watch. We love it, but if you looked at it from an outsider's perspective, that's a hard movie to watch because it's all dialogue. Think about
Yeah.
it. Yeah, it is. It's not like it's great, but it's not. Like, keep an open mind next time you watch it. It's great, but it's not. That's what I think. I love it, but it's not.
I'm gonna have to pull out my VHS letterbox edition with no cuts where hand shoots first, and
If you want proof, watch that scene of. I think I talked to. I was talking to Rob about this. Watch that scene of Luke. Oh, because I was talking to Rob about this too. Watch that scene of Mark Hamill where he talks about his audition for Luke Skywalker and all the dialogue that no one understands. Like, can you imagine seeing that for the first time?
Oh yeah.
It's 77. Like it's hard.
and I if I remember correctly, seeing like some of the original scripts, there's like a lot more wordy to it, and like I think even Harrison Ford says like, you could write this, but can anybody say this?
Yeah. Did you guys go watch another movie?
Yeah, I actually went to go see The Shape of Water, which is by Guillermo del Toro, which is known for his most well-known movies are Hellboy. He also did
Pan's Labyrinth.
Pan's Labyrinth.
Yeah, that's a trippy movie.
And this one's a lot different. And we were talking about this before we started. People thought the creature in the movie was Abe Sapien from Hellboy. I want to clear it up. It is not Abe Sapien from Hellboy. It is another creature that's very similar to it. And
Say the images and videos and things was striking similar.
yeah, that's. I mean, I even saw. I go, wait up, is that Abe from Hellboy? Oh my god!
I'm gonna be honest with you. I never even heard of that movie until you said something to me about it.
Yeah,
I don't know how it snuck.
it's. And I had heard he's coming out with a new one, and it won the Producers Award and the Golden Globes. So I went to go check it out last Friday. It's more like Pan's Labyrinth, but in English because
Spanish. Spanish.
it's in Spanish. Yeah, it's a slower film.
It's a what? Oh, slower.
Slower film.
Slower.
And it's a lot more character driven. Like they do a lot more to develop the characters. Now, what it's about? There's a mute woman who works in a secret government facility, and the secret government facility.
Hey, that's pretty good. She can't talk about anything.
Exactly, but everybody else can. She can communicate with sign language, but what happens is they bring in a amphibious creature, or a creature that can breathe in the water, and in this place, she's kind of like, she sees it, she feeds them eggs, and they develop a relationship. It comes out that they have to kill this creature because it's not going to serve any purpose for what they want to do, which is like space travel and other things. There's no thing. No purpose to keep this creature alive because it's like, why? And they don't want her to send it back into its natural environment. So she decides that she's going to rescue it. So this whole movie rolls around her rescuing it, the people who she interacts with. She's in a very tiny world. She has two friends. One is her neighbor, who's a gay man in the 60s, which is like, wow, that's a big deal, And the other one is a black woman that she works with, and she's, I think, in Virginia, Baltimore, Washington, D.C. area. So I thought it was a fantastic film, but it's a slow film. If you go in there and you expect a lot of action, you're not going to see it. You're going to see something, like I said, that's more character-driven, takes a while to develop the story. But it's a great film. Very Guillermo del Toro. You can see, how his color palette plays out. Because that's like a signature of a lot of directors is their color palette, how they focus with the colors, with kind of like that dark with like these different hues, bright hues coming out in different areas. Check it out; it's worth going to see.
Is any of that based on the creature from the Black Lagoon? Because it seemed like the plot of them taking him, specifically, I think the creature walks among us. It's very sad because that's where they take the gill man and basically try to make him live above water. They dress him in clothes at some point.
Yeah, I haven't seen The Creature Walks Among Us. That's one of the few that I haven't seen of that series. It could very well be based on that one because they are showing those two back to back. Starting, I believe, tomorrow. They're showing The Shape of Water and The Creature from the Black Lagoon as a double feature.
Yeah, it struck me when you were talking about the kind of the synopsis of the movie. That it sounds a lot like the basic story from the creature from the Black Lagoon films, specifically that last one.
Yeah.
They kind of take him out and kind of try to assimilate him into culture because he's like not really a fish, but he's not really a man.
And this one, they're not really trying to assimilate him. They're just trying to see what experiments what they could gain from him.
I just wonder if he's got kind of input because we know Guillermo del Toro is a big fan of the Universal monsters, so just trying to see if we drew some influence from that. Because we went a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
To go see
the exhibit at LACMA.
Yeah, which actually was pretty cool. And he had a lot of Universal monsters stuff.
Yeah, he has like full size of Boris Karloff being put in makeup.
Yeah, that's like barber chair. That was a trip. That was cool.
I mean, that's like all in his back home that he has. I'm like, oh my god, I guess that's what you do when you have lots of money. Yeah. Really.
Speaking of monsters, the Misfits just finished up a couple of reunion shows, right?
That's right, baby.
And how did that go? Dan, you got to go.
I did.
After you said you probably wouldn't. Well, I was going to say we didn't have tickets at the last podcast.
Well, yeah, I'll tell you how this kind of worked out. So I had said on the last podcast that I was thinking about going to the Misfits show, and that I had contemplated driving down there and just trying to get whatever because I was kind of feeling the itch. And, okay, I'll pay somebody $80 to go sit in the seat. That's fine. I'm thinking about it. It's just the best deal I can get for seats. So then I heard we had a family thing going on Saturday, so I kind of given up the idea of going. So like, I gotta do the family stuff. That's fine. Whatever. Gotta do that stuff. And then our friend, Orange Circle Optometry, over there.
Hi,
hit
Alex.
up- yeah, he actually hit up Xavier and I and said, "Hey, man, I've got an extra ticket on the floor." I guess he had a buddy from Texas that was supposed to actually fly out that had a ticket on the floor, and the guy couldn't make it because, I don't know, something happened with his kid or something. They were sick or something. He's like, "Do you guys want it?" And so I don't know if you know I told you this. In my phone, I typed back on the text message, "Man, I really liked you, but I got this family thing." But I walked into the bedroom, talked to my wife, and kind of just asked her, "I really need to go to this family thing." And she said, "Why?" I said, "Because Alex came up with a ticket to the Misfits show on the floor." Now the price, it was a lot for some punk rockers like us, used to them $10 and
Yes.
$15 shows.
Buying a shirt for $5.
He charged me face value on the ticket, which was $175. So I paid $100. You know, she asked me, "Well, what is it?" I told her it's the Misfits. It's with Glenn Danzig. It's, you know, she knows the history of the Misfits because she's married to me. But anyway, so she said, "Well, I mean, what time is that?" 8 o'clock. Well, the family thing's at 2. Score! He erased my message and told him, "Alex, I think I'll take it." So I texted him that, and he was like, "Yes." And then we texted each other separately because I didn't want a group. Nobody needed to see the group message between us. But basically, I met up with Alex in Orange because that's where he lives. We drove down to the Forum. The Forum outside was super fucking cool because they had the Crimson Ghost. First of all, the Forum was red.
Yeah.
They had it lit red, and then the Crimson Ghost was all around it. They had lights all around it that had the Crimson Ghost, the skull logo that's there. So we went in, and $25 to park. We got up there, and we asked him, "Hey man, can we buy merchandise and then take it back to the car? Is that cool? Like, I don't really want to hold this stuff." Because they had shirts, and then they had some posters that we wanted. We wanted to get a poster. And they told us, "Yeah, we'll unscan your ticket, and then you can do that." So everybody's wondering the phone thing. I know everybody's kind of wondering how the phone thing works, because Danzig is totally opposed to phones at his concerts. Okay, well, a company called Yonder, YONDR, has these little neoprene cases. It looks like the case you put your iPod in, like circa 2005. You put your phone in there, it snaps shut, and then it's like electromagnetically sealed. So they put it in before you actually go through the security line. So you have to dump that thing in the thing, and then you go through the metal detector, and you get wanded anyway. So they give you back everything, all your stuff. You just keep your phone in your pocket, and you do what you're going to do. All around the place, like the Forum's pretty big.
Yeah, it's huge.
You're looking like,
yeah.
well, you're looking at about 15 to 18,000 people, which is pretty big. That's huge for the Misfits, and it's sold out in like 2 minutes.
So that's before they announced the Vegas show, because I don't think the
which
Vegas
didn't
show...
sell out.
Yeah.
The Vegas show didn't sell out, but it was. But the MGM Grand is big too. So and a lot of people went to both shows. But anyway, so you could go in and do your thing. If you wanted to use your phone, you had to go. Basically, it was the ramps that were going up and down the different levels of the Forum. Those were designated cell phone use areas. So you went over there. There was an attendant who took off the thing on your phone. You went on the ramp area that they had designated for that, and then once you left, they wouldn't let you leave until they put your phone back in the sleeve. So that worked out just fine. We bought a bunch of stuff. I walked away with a couple of shirts and a poster. That price-wise, that wasn't bad.
How much were the shirts running?
$35.
Okay.
The last time we saw when we saw Danzig play at the Gibson, remember we went and looked at it and we were like,
35 to 40.
no. He had stuff for $60 and $70 because we turned that straight down. We're like, no, that ain't gonna happen. The poster they had two different posters. They had the one that I got, which it's hand numbered, and it was $30. And
is that a silk screen?
No, it glows in the dark though.
Oh, cool.
It glows in the dark, and then they had the same one that was signed by the original Misfits, Glenn and Jerry, and that was going for $100. They were out of that one by the time we got up there. I did get the $30 one, which is now going for like over $100 on eBay. I got a sleeve for it, and it's hanging in my classroom. Because why not?
So $100 for those two guys' autograph, and I have a record with 4 autographs.
Yeah, but they all sold out. You know how much those are going for like $400, $500 on eBay.
I believe it.
Yeah, they're going for $400, $500. So I walked away with 2 shirts, the poster, and a hat that I got for free because she forgot to charge me. I realized that afterwards. I owed Alex for the money, so I ended up buying him the poster and just kind of took it off. And then I'm going to tell this story, Alex, because I know you're not ashamed of it. So, well, we got there. I picked up Alex a little after 6, so I didn't get to see Discharge, which I wasn't heard about. But Alkaline Trio was about to play when we finished getting all our stuff. And Alex said, "Do you want to walk this back to the truck?" And I was like, "I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I kind of want to see Alkaline Trio." And he's like, "Well, it doesn't bother me if you're cool with it. Like, I'll walk back to the truck and then I'll come back anyway." I had a floor ticket. Alex had a VIP floor ticket. So in the stage, about 30 feet back was another rail. Behind that was where I was. Alex was in that first 30 feet. But I ended up like right against the rail anyway. So I was only about 30 feet from the stage anyway.
Okay.
Which is really nothing. That's really close.
That's like kind of where we sit anyway.
Yeah, it'd be like if you hung out by the soundboard.
Yeah.
That's kind of like how far I was from the stage. So we did that. He went to take the stuff back to the truck, and it was just agreed, well, I'll just meet you after the show anyway, because he's in that other little separate area. And anytime we go to a show, like, if you're going to be on the floor, you lose everybody anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, heck yeah.
Like, that's just what happens. You start going with the flow of the crowd, you get moved around a little bit. It's like, no big deal, I'll just see you afterwards. Okay, so watch Alkaline Trio, watch the Misfits. Well, I'll talk about that in a minute. But when I finally met up with Alex, he's like, man, I freaked out. I walked back to the truck, and they took the thing off his phone. He walked back. He got to my truck, put the stuff inside, and realized he had lost his ticket.
Oh, shit.
And the form wants him printed out. So he's like, I panicked. I didn't know what to do. I called Lee. I finally figured out, I'm going to find a Staples. I'm going to find a Staples and go print my ticket, like, right now.
Mm-hmm.
So he hopped in my truck, took off, and I'm like, wait, hold it. You drove my truck? Yeah, he took off in my truck. He's like, I couldn't even figure out where the lights were, so I held the brights on the whole time.
Oh, shit.
I just held the brights on because I figured, I know it's this lever right here. I'll just hold it back and turn the brights on while I'm driving because I don't know where your lights are. And because you're just to flash your lights. Yeah, he's like, I just held it back. He's like, I probably pissed people off, but whatever. And he's like, well, I found his Staples, printed it up. He's like, I went up to somebody even was like, dude, I really need to use the computer. Like, I will pay for whatever you're printing. Like, I just need to get my ticket. So he did. He made it back, and he said, by the time I made it back and on the floor I was supposed to be, it was 5 minutes before the mission started.
Oh, shit.
Wow.
Cut that one close.
Oh, yeah, he cut that one close. But, okay, the show for itself. So, yeah, awesome. I have no words to describe it. It was the time of my life. Glenn was sick even. Glenn was like trying to talk. I was talking like this. You could just tell. He was coughing on stage and stuff, but you can tell he knows how to sing because he was singing and he was on point for singing. I did hear that a lot of people are saying the Los Angeles show is better than the Vegas show.
Nice.
Now, you've seen Danzig before.
I've
You've seen Danzig
before.
and
I've seen Danzig with Doyle.
And
I've
you've seen
Jerry and Doyle.
Jerry and Doyle.
Uh-huh.
You've seen Jerry and Doyle. You've seen Jerry singing. You've seen Michael Graves singing. And you've probably seen somebody else singing.
No. Because the only two other singers they've had have been a couple of shows with Zoli from Ignite and Mike Hideous from... I can't hear myself anymore. Check. I can't hear myself anymore. Okay. Mike Hideous from some other horror punk band. There we go, you got it. Those are the only two I haven't seen, and that was very, very short stints.
Yeah.
Zoli was only a couple of shows. Mike Hideous was a tour of South America, so I wouldn't have had a chance to see them anyway. No, this blew it out of the water. This was
All
it.
of them?
This was it. As soon as they hit the stage, Death Comes Ripping, boom, it was on. So, Bones, they were out. People figured out how to rip that damn thing off. I saw people rip it off with their teeth. Some jackhole texted me in the middle of this show.
Oh, really? Who would do that?
So I had told my wife, too. I had told my wife, I said, I'm going to go to this thing. This place is huge. They're going to have places where I can't take off my phone, but I'm not, like, don't. Because I knew getting out... First of all, trying to get down to the floor after I worked my way into the forum, I couldn't figure out how to get down to the floor. It turned out I had to go back outside and go in a different exit. Come in a different entrance. Because I was on top. And I was like, bro, how am I supposed to get down to the floor? Oh, and nobody could tell me. Everybody's like, you go over here and like, okay, we'll go over there. No, you gotta do this. What the hell? Couldn't figure it out. I watched half of Alkaline Trio's set just kind of walking around trying to figure out where the hell I was supposed to be. So I finally found it out, got in pretty quick, made it to the floor, and saw the last few songs proper with them. I saw the whole set, but not like I wanted to. But it was fine. They did good. They did well. Alkaline Trio did well. However, the crowd was kind of a mix of like the old school punk and like the metalhead kids. So the old school punk kind of like horror punk kids really dug Alkaline Trio and they got a good reception. But like the metal kids were kind of like, nah, man, these guys suck. You can tell the difference. So I mean, they went over well. We all know Matt Skiba is a big fan of the Misfits, so I'm sure he was ecstatic and ecstatic and overjoyed by that. But they killed it.
You see anybody from famous bands in the crowd, or
not inside the show? If you go through like Facebook feeds and all that kind of stuff, man, Steve Caballero was there, Juliette Lewis, the dude from Volbeat, all kinds of like famous like.
Yeah, I did see a lot of people.
Yeah, there were all kinds of famous people that were actually like backstage.
Yeah, I mean, I saw something with Justin Scotch. He goes, I saw so many of my old friends because he used to play in the band Scarred.
Yeah.
And he goes, I saw so many people. I mean, Toby Morris was there.
Yeah, Toby Morris is there, but Toby Morris is like best friends with like Matt Skiba. So
and Doyle.
Be there. Yeah, they chose Doyle too. Yeah, so it is. No, man, they had the stage setup was the two pumpkins like you saw at Riot Fest. The background video was super cool. Every song had a video that kind of went with that song. So it was like they played Vampira. So it was like a montage of like, you know, shots of Vampira, them with Vampira, like a whole bunch of different stuff. It was super cool. Danzig was a total pro. You could tell that they were having fun. The infamous fist bump took place. Jerry just big smile on his face, you know, walks by Danzig, puts his fist up. Danzig kind of gives him the, that's right, we did this kind of thing. Night of my life. I don't even know what to say, man. It was so cool. I got some off air. I got some cool shit that I can share with you guys. I got some really cool shit that I can share with you guys. That's total bootleg stuff. But yeah, you really didn't see phones. I mean, I did, but not a whole lot. Not a whole lot. So people, like I said, people figured out how to rip that thing off with their teeth. Apparently, if you put it on the ground and hit it hard enough with your shoe, like in the little spot, it was going to pop open. That's because they don't know what they did when they took it off. They just took it, smacked it against his pad, and it opened.
Oh my God.
So that's what it was. It was kind of cool to see people that wanted an encore use lighters instead of the flashing phones. I mean, I didn't bother with my phone at all. Like I said, I told my wife if they're going to do this, so don't text me if something is an emergency. Call me and just keep doing it.
Yeah, the constant
vibration. The constant vibration is going to be like, okay, this is probably something I should check out because it just keeps going over and over. Not this jackal who just did it once.
We should have ran the group text during that time.
I knew it too. I was like, who the fuck? And I'm like, I bet you it's Xavier. I'll bet you it's Xavier. And I was like, fuck that. I'm going to watch the show. No, I didn't. It was pretty cool.
If it's important, they'll call back again.
Right. But,
or they'll leave a voicemail.
So I got a bunch of cool stuff, and then afterwards I hit up the bootleg guys for some shirts too, because I put it on my wall again at work. Bootleg shirts, some of the bootleg shirts were actually pretty cool, but I did notice that the further away you got from the forum, the shittier quality they got. So I came up on a cool $10 one, like right outside in the parking lot.
And
have you watched it yet?
No, I didn't. I told you I put it up on the wall in the classroom. I just folded it and put it up.
I haven't seen a bootleg shirt, a punk rock show, and whatever, man. But, jeez, man, one of them I got from a bootleg lasted forever. We got that Stranger Than Fiction Bad Religion shirt from, like, the Orange show.
Yeah, from the Orange.
I think I had that thing for, like, 5 years before it finally died.
Last time I saw a bootleg vendor, he was being shaken down for all his shirts. It was at a Beastie Boy concert at the Long Beach Arena.
Well, I came up on a lot of videos from that night.
Oh yeah, I saw the entire thing on Instagram.
Huh?
I saw the entire thing on Instagram.
Entire show?
Yeah.
I have a lot of videos you can keep, and I think some live recordings of some stuff. I got some cool shit. And I got some cool photos too that were taken.
And the Misfits are smart because you see them with a film crew.
So well, you know, I had heard rumors that they had filmed those. I don't know. Oh, I know what it's gonna take. So those videos, you can't find them anymore. You did like right after, but they only lasted for a little bit because if you look at them now, it'll say removed at the request of Glenn Danzig. Like they're not there anymore. He had to take it down.
No, if he was smart, he'd take all those and create his own bootleg version of it and sell that and he'd make bank again.
Well, you know what? I think that they're doing. Okay, so this show sold out in LA at $175 that I paid. The seats were $60, $80. Alex's was like $235. I mean, it was up there. And looking at the crowd, I don't know how else people afforded it, man. Like, really, like, dude, you don't make this kind of money. Like, why are you here? Like, I didn't blink an eye at that. I was like, dude, I'm going. That's the bottom line. Like, I'm gonna go pull that money out of the ATM right now, and I did. But I don't know. They haven't said what's going to happen. Honestly, I would not. I don't want to hear any album from the Misfits. Not with that lineup. I don't want to do it. Glenn's stuff is too different now than what it used to be. I think they'd make they're smart. I think they'd make the most money pulling these one-off shows every so often in different parts of the country.
Yeah.
Because they haven't been on the East Coast
Yeah.
yet.
And they got to play New York and Jersey. They got to play New York and Chicago.
Yeah. And they're smart if they don't do it often. If Jerry wants to keep using the name, he has every legal right to do that, to put out new music. With the original lineup though, or as close to the original lineup as you're gonna get, which I actually like. They didn't advertise Doyle as an original member because Doyle is not an original member. Mm-hmm. So they advertised it as original Misfits. Even on the thing, and I have pictures of this. Original Misfits, Jerry Only, Glenn Danzig with guitarist Doyle Wolfgang Grand Frankenstein. Like he's not billed as an original member. AC Slade played rhythm guitar, and the fabulous Dave Lombardo from Slayer, man, who was from Slayer, an amazing drummer. But he was on point. The sound was fantastic.
I mean, it wasn't Josh Reese.
No, Josh Reese didn't get hired for the night. Dave Lombardo was the one who played the Riot Fests, and apparently he was the first name that both Glenn and Jerry threw out. It's like, who do you want to drum for us? And they both threw out Dave Lombardo.
I'm surprised it wasn't Bill Stevenson.
No, if you've never seen Dave Lombardo or heard like Slayer stuff, Dave Lombardo's a really good drummer.
Or Chuck Biscuits.
He filled it. No, Chuck Biscuits is kind of flaky. He filled in stuff really well. Plus, it's already worked with Danzig.
Yeah.
So he fills in stuff really well. And then they have AC back there doing that kind of rhythm guitar, just kind of filled the sound. So Doyle beats the shit out of that guitar. He's not the most technical guitarist, but he beats the shit out of that guitar.
Christ the Conqueror, I beg to differ.
You know what? If you actually watch interviews with him, he'll tell you the only thing I know how to play is the stuff I write. I don't know how to play anything else. Because he learned how to play from Glenn and Jerry. That's it. He's like, it bored me. So I had to play with my own shit. So that's what I think. I personally would not like to hear a new album from that lineup. Leave it where it is.
Yeah.
Because it's gonna do well. If they do some more, I'd go again. Like I wouldn't even think about it twice. I'd go again.
Maybe in 2 years we'll be playing Coachella.
No, please, no.
Please don't play Coachella.
You know what? Glenn doesn't like to tour anymore. Glenn doesn't tour. So he'll do a small run or some one-off shows, but he doesn't like to do full tours anymore. So this. If we're gonna get anything as a reunion, this is it.
Bud Light presents Real Men of Genius.
Real men of genius.
Today we salute you, Mr. Pro Sports Heckler Guy.
Mr. Pro Sports Heckler Guy.
They say those who can't play, coach. Apparently those who can't coach sit 30 rows back, shirtless, shouting obscenities.
Oh, that's right, motherfucker.
Thanks to you, our team is armed with game-winning tips like catch the ball and throw it.
Shout it out now.
You stink. That sucks. What a bunch of losers. Not just catcalls, but subtle psychological ploys to prod your team to victory.
Reverse psychology.
So here's to you, old Sultan of Shouting, because while there may be no I in team, thanks to you, there's always an F and a U. Bud Light Beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
All right, Xavier. So, something very, very near and dear to my heart, something that makes me very happy as a sports fan, has just recently happened. Do you know what that thing is?
Yes, I do.
Oh man, let me tell you, the red-headed stepchild. I guess you wouldn't call him red-headed stepchild. Let's call him Chucky.
Yeah, just Chucky.
Chucky is back. Chucky's back. I'm excited. You're excited. Everybody is excited.
Now, we're all Raider fans. If you don't like the Raiders,
That's right.
That's too bad. We're Raider fans. So
Maybe like the Browns.
Yeah.
Let's go be a Rams fan.
Jon Gruden has returned to Oakland, and he'll be going to Vegas. He signed a $100 million contract for 10 years to coach the Raiders. I'm very optimistic. It's something that the Raiders need is good leadership. I don't know how many different coaches we've had in the last 10 years. I want to say we probably had 7, 8 different coaches in the last 10 years.
Well, when Al Davis was alive, it would seem like a new coach every year.
Yeah.
Like the last couple of years he was alive.
I think Jack Del Rio is the longest tenured coach in the last 10 years, and he lasted all of 2 years.
No, it was a little bit longer than that, wasn't
2 years.
Oh, was it?
2 years, yeah.
He came in with Derek Carr?
I believe so.
Yes.
So, we're excited.
Maybe the year before?
That'd have been 3 years then. Yeah, anyway, no coach has lasted longer than 3 years with the Raiders. It's something that...
But Art Shell.
that was longer than 10 years ago. The Raider Nation, the Raider faithful, are ecstatic about this. I mean, I can't put into words how happy I am to go see to see the Raiders with a great coach. Jon Gruden coached the Raiders for 4 or 5 years. He let him to play
back in the late 90s.
Back in the late 90s, no, early 2000s.
Early 2000s.
Early 2000s. Yeah. He left. He went to Tampa Bay Buccaneers, where he won a Super Bowl against the Raiders. And he's been doing
Oh yeah.
With Tony Dungy's defense.
Yeah, that was dirty.
Yeah.
All right, I remember that.
And he's been doing analysis for the NFL and the games for
He's
a
working
couple
for
years.
ESPN.
Yeah, ESPN. Yeah. And for him to go back to coaching is a big deal, because you make about the same amount of money with a lot less work when you're an analyst. As a coach, you got to do film. You got to discipline the players. You got to do other things that make special appearances. This one, so he said, I've done negotiations for the Raiders. And goes, that's why I'm doing analysis now. But he's back. We're excited. Hopefully, I'll try to go see a game next year. My friends are trying to convince me to go see him in London with their Seahawks fans. And saying we should go. I'm like, let's see if I could get the time off, which I doubt, because it's during peak. I'm excited. I'm a diehard Raider fan. I've been a Raider fan since I was a kid. I remember them winning their Super Bowl, the second Super Bowl. I've been a fan since then. I mean, it's the Raiders. I mean, it's just like when you're a kid and you have in LA, you have the Rams and you have the Raiders. You can go with the Raiders. It's like the scary team with these like bright, friendly guys.
No one was a Rams fan. Now everybody is.
Yeah, all of a sudden everybody's a Rams fan. Well, good for you. You should not like a fan for a team that you've never set foot in the city. So.
They've recently added 13 members to his coaching staff over the past, just since yesterday.
Wow.
They just announced he's got.
So he's just cleaning house. He's getting rid of everybody.
Oh yeah, they got rid of everybody. And then now they're bringing in his team, which is fine. You're the coach.
You have to do that. You have to get people that you trust and respect.
Yeah.
And that are going to do what you ask them to do.
If you could just go into the team with last year's coaches, it probably wouldn't work.
How much do you think the move to Vegas played a part in this acquisition?
Well, think about it. In Nevada, they don't have a state payroll tax, so that means if he was collecting money here in California, you'd have to pay X amount. Go to Vegas, you don't have to pay X. So I think a lot of people were pissed because I kept hearing something about they're going to not pay him. Like essentially, he'll work for free for the first couple of years.
You just get his little stipend, and
yeah, whatever he gets, But it pales into whatever he'll probably end up making. Once he goes to Vegas, then they'll start paying. You don't have to worry about that state sales, or not sales, but state payroll tax.
And this makes him the second highest paid coach, I guess, next to Belichick from the Patriots.
I thought he was the highest paid.
No, I think
even more than Belichick.
Yeah,
Belichick ain't getting $100 million.
I thought it was Belichick.
Oh, and actually, did you know there's incentives too? So if he hits certain incentives, he can hit as high as $120 million.
So wins the Super Bowl.
Whatever it is.
Yeah,
whatever. Well, something's got to be at least playoffs.
Playoffs, and
you imagine you can start there. Or
we'll see.
Division.
I mean, somebody could get hurt next year and completely derail the entire thing.
Yeah,
right.
Like Stephen A. Smith said, barring injury, they should be expecting results pretty quick.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I mean, Greg Olson came back as an offensive coordinator, working with Derek Carr. He worked with them when he first was there, when Derek Carr first came in. Second go around, he's a little bit more of a mature quarterback. Well, definitely a more mature quarterback. So we'll see what happens with all of that. Got to be optimistic. If not,
I'm excited. I'm excited.
I'm still pissed at that run he tried to make when he ran the option and freaking missed the goal line when he took that dive. Why did you just run it in? He was right there. But anyway.
So then we've also got a big wrestling event coming up here pretty soon. We're going to be possibly attending New Japan Pro Wrestling's Wrestle Kingdom.
Well, Wrestle Kingdom.
Wrestle Kingdom happened on January 4th.
The next pay-per-view coming.
Yeah, it has a name, and I can't remember what it is.
Sorry,
the one in Long Beach?
The one in Long Beach, yeah. At the Pyramid, Cal State Long Beach.
That'd be pretty rad.
I forgot what it's called.
I don't know what it's
New
called.
I'll look it up
Japan.
when we talk about Wrestle Kingdom. Rick, who watched Wrestle Kingdom? I did.
I watched the segment with we're going to talk about Alpha versus Omega, which is Chris Jericho and his Y2 Jericho, because I'm going to go back to the old school days with Ralphus versus Kenny Omega.
And that was a no disqualification match for the IWGP US Heavyweight Championship. It was a fantastic match.
It's a 5-star from Dave Meltzer, and he hardly ever gives those out. I think he's given out like 5 in his whole career.
It's been a handful.
Yeah, it's a fantastic match. It's a different style, but it reminds me of the old matches with Steamboat and Ric Flair. Just like that constant back and forth, and you don't know what's going to happen. And this was a technical match. It was a hardcore match. It was everything that you expect from modern wrestling.
Style,
yeah,
the stiff hits and.
I don't really know that it was so much of a Japanese style match. They had a lot of high spots, but there was a lot of WWE in that style, because that's what Chris is used to. Chris was open to stuff. Actually, if you some recommended listening to a different podcast, but Chris Jericho's podcast, he actually had on Kenny Omega.
Yeah.
Well, he had two different podcasts. He had one with Don Callis, who is the announcer on New Japan Pro, the subscription service, and was the Jackal in WWE. Because Don Callis is kind of the one that orchestrated the whole thing.
Yeah.
Because he was doing it when Chris was still working for WWE, but knowing my contract's up and I can kind of do whatever I want. He kind of did that. So they talked about how the match got together, and then he had Kenny Omega on the week after the match, and he and Kenny broke down kind of like their thoughts going into the match and what it had to be. So did you see that? Did you guys happen to see? I watched New Japan like on a weekly basis on Access. Did you guys happen to see how the build-up went?
I saw some of it. I saw Jericho attack Omega and leave him bloodied and all that.
Yeah, he bloodied him with the title, and he hit the code breaker on Don Callis.
Mm-hmm.
And then the following day at a press conference, Kenny Omega came back and attacked him.
I saw that.
So, I mean, like, to get payback. And they kind of, when they were talking on this podcast, just kind of said, like, we kind of figured out the way we started. Like, we had to just amp it up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it had to be not so much a wrestling match and just a fight. Because that's the way that we kind of ended up going. And it was like, we have to take it like this. So that's just kind of what they did. So it was a fight. A lot of chairs being used. Broken. Did you see the one?
Yeah.
I still think the One-Winged Angel, the ending onto the chair, was kind of the safe face, because you could be like, I could put over Kenny because the One-Winged Angel was on the chair. You know, that use of that extra thing from outside the ring to kind of.
Well, that was also not the first One-Winged Angel. That was like the second.
Right. It was, but I still think that one on the chair is like, okay, why did he put it down? Because he put it down on one of the chairs. Because Chris Jericho's literally is the GOAT and the greatest of all time. And I'd say it was an awesome match. It was 45 minutes long, and it went by like nothing.
Yeah, I remember watching it. I'm like, wait up, I'm already like 40 minutes into this match.
Yeah, it went fast. And then just seeing some of those old spots. I mean, seeing the actual Lion Tamer version of Boston Crab, not the Walls of Jericho.
Right. Yeah, that deep bend in it. Yeah, it was really good. Kenny took some crazy dives out of the ring like he always does. Came out with that new gear. The Young Bucks got sent to the back. Like, it was the one on the ramp. That's what I'm going to talk about. Kenny likes to jump up on the top rope, kind of steady himself, and then jump over into the thing. They did a spot. Actually, did you see him take out the tables?
Yeah.
For the announcers? They took out those, which
I remember
that
hearing
wasn't a planned spot. They were talking about that. That wasn't a planned spot.
We're trying to get a table here because we don't have one.
Something that they wanted to do, actually, Kenny was going to climb up one of the lighting rigs and do a moonsault off that onto Chris. Well, Ospreay did it earlier in the show. So it becomes, we can't. Yeah, he did. He's like, well, we can't do that. What are we gonna do? I don't know, just go out and wing it. So then he puts a table on top of Jericho and climbs up the lighting rig and just jumps and stomps on the table. Like, they just had a good time with it, and the cold spray. Like, you guys need to listen to that podcast. It's actually really good. But the whole card was good. Did you watch all? I
just watched the Alpha Omega match.
I saw Rhodes versus Ibushi.
Yeah,
which was a pretty good match.
Yeah.
I saw Naito and Okada.
Naito and Okada was a good match,
which was a great match too. Yeah. That was a lot of back and forth. How many times did they hit that Rainmaker? How many times did he hit the Divine or whatever it is?
Destino.
Yeah, Destino.
Did you watch the following week? Did you watch the 4-way for the junior?
No,
title?
I didn't. I'm a big Marty Scurll fan too.
Yeah,
so.
that was a good match too. Not Sonata. What's the guy with the Back to the Future gimmick?
That's. What's his name?
Is this Sonata?
No, it's not Sonata. Is it Sonata? I don't know. I always remember him as the Time Splitters because of what's his name, but
He's amazing. And then the guy, sometimes I can't remember their names because, again, it's a foreign thing. The guy that has he actually has his jacket, his Misfits thing, he has a horror business logo on it. No, it's not Tanahashi. Anyway, the four-way match was really good too. So
kind of bummed I missed that.
But they're all okay. So then I don't know if you guys even know this. The next night apparently they had a different card, and Jericho attacked Naito. Did you catch that?
No, I didn't.
Jericho attacked Naito. So at SoCal Uncensored, which is what the one in Long Beach is going to call, it's rumored that that's where Jericho's going to face Naito.
And I've heard him already starting to say that he's going to destroy him and this and that. And Naito considers himself the franchise of New Japan.
Yeah.
So if you want Jericho to be kind of that the part timer, which it kind of seems like he's not going to be a regular there, but he will.
Naito's a heel, and he comes off as that Stone Cold.
Yeah,
the Stone
that
Cold
whole Stone Cold thing. Yeah, he's the heel, but it's cool to like the heel.
It's the anti-hero.
Do you know that eye thing that he does? Do you know why he does the eye thing? Have you ever seen him? So Naito takes his one of the things he does when he gets in your face is he'll take his two fingers and put them above his eye and widen it like as wide as your eye.
Mm-hmm.
He does that because when he was in Mexico, people would make fun of him for his eyes because obviously
he has Asian eyes.
He would do that to get heat. This is what you look like.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what he was doing. He doesn't get heat. That's why he does that. He's really, really good at getting heat.
Sounds like somebody you know used to make himself have brown eyes.
What's that? Oh yeah, former friend of mine. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm gonna try to go. I know Dan was talking about. We're gonna try to go with our friend Ryan too. So yeah, if you want to get.
What up, Zerbook?
Yeah, we'll try to get some tickets when they go on sale. They go on sale at the end of this month, and it's in March. I'm kind of digging the fact that it's at Long Beach because there's nothing bad in there. Like I haven't watched anything from there, but I've been in the pyramid several times on tours of the place, and there's not a bad seat in that spot. Go to see everything.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever been in the pyramid.
So the other thing that Rick and I watched, well, I think you watched the whole thing. I didn't watch the whole thing. I caught the very end of it. Was the mixed match challenge. Want to talk about that?
Yeah, it's the WWE is doing what they call the mixed match challenge right now. It's a 12-week thing. It's only on Facebook Watch, so you can't watch this on YouTube. You can't watch this through the WWE Network. Any of that. It's solely through Facebook, and it's two wrestlers from each show, so SmackDown and Raw, and it's a male and a female wrestler. Now, when I first heard that, I'm like, yes, this is going to be really cool, because one of the big things on the independent circuit now is the mixed gender wrestling. So you get to see male versus female matches.
Is Andy Kaufman involved?
No, sadly not. Sadly not.
He hasn't been involved in anything for quite a while.
So my expectations were really high with that. I'm like, yes, we're going to see some of these things. And this week it was Finn Balor and Sasha Banks against Natalya Neidhart, Natty Neidhart, and Shinsuke Nakamura. So that's just a good matchup no matter what.
Yeah.
But again, my expectations were high. I was really hoping to see some of that intergender action going on because it wasn't going to be on TV. It wasn't going to be on this network piece. I'm like, oh, you know what? Maybe they'll finally let that kind of slide. Because I know USA is not going to let it slide. When Impact was big on Spike wasn't going to let it happen.
Spike didn't want to let that happen.
Nothing like that. So you can't see that physical action between a male and a female on TV. But it's happening in the shows. Yeah, other than Lucha Underground.
But Lucha Underground is sold as like it's not really wrestling. It's a show about wrestling.
Yeah, it's a serial.
I think the last time I remember like intergender was when China was the Intercontinental Champion.
Yeah, once in a while you'll see there's been a few females in the Royal Rumble, of course, and things like that. But no, you don't get to see that. So I was really hoping for that. It didn't happen, which kind of bummed me out a little bit. But it was still a good match.
Yeah,
really good.
Actually, I'm looking forward to the Royal Rumble because I want to see the ladies' Royal Rumble. Some interesting thoughts from that match. So I really like what they're doing with. They paired up Finn Balor recently with the club.
Yeah.
So basically, it's the original Bullet Club.
Yeah.
Finn Balor's with Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows, and you see the heel turning coming. You see the heel turn with Finn Balor coming.
See, I'm trying to figure out how they're going to go with that. If they're going to go heel turn with him or face turn for the club.
I don't know, but either way, it's going to come off as cool. And it's coming off as natural chemistry, and the fans are digging it. So the other thing I noticed from that, because I told you I caught the end of that, Sasha, and partially because of who he is, threw him the too sweet at the end. It's long been rumored that we were going to see a face or a heel turn from Sasha Banks. So, part of the club. That'd be kind of cool. I think that would be something kind of cool. Might be time for her to, because everybody's always talking about her. Her and Bailey need to redo something. Sasha can work her butt off, man. She's a damn good worker, but she's a little kick in the pants.
Are they calling themselves the Bullet Club?
No,
the club.
Although, you know what's interesting? Watch on the network the 24 about Finn Balor, and they do talk about the club, and they actually have referenced the Bullet Club actually on TV. These are the 3 members of the Bullet Club who became this thing. They have mentioned it as a thing.
Yeah.
And then obviously Too Sweet because it was an NWO thing.
Yeah.
WWE owns that, and they actually sent a cease and desist to
the Bullet Club.
To the Bullet Club
in Japan.
in New Japan to stop you doing the Too Sweet thing. So
I remember Kevin Nash or Scott Hall, they mentioned it. It says like, hey, when you copy the serious form of flattery.
Yeah, they don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a
because
thing,
people are still going to remember us, so yeah.
Well, it's because they came to California and kind of invaded a Raw is when it all started. And that's where, do you know who Jimmy Jacobs is?
Yeah.
Jimmy Jacobs was a writer for WWE. He's in pictures of with the Bullet Club outside. Those are his friends. He got fired for that.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, he was kind of, it was his time to go. He kind of wanted to go anyway, but he got fired for that. For going and hanging out with
his gimmick right now in Impact is terrible.
Oh, I don't. You know what? I don't even know if I get Pop. I don't watch Impact. But that's a sinking ship, dude.
Does anybody watch Impact? I mean,
a lot of people do, but that's a sinking ship.
I just hear Jim Cornette goes, "Why do anybody still have this on?"
A lot of guys just jump.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
A lot of guys.
You know,
just jump
the
ship.
wrestling product is still not bad. The actual in-ring action is fun. It's got that independent vibe. So it's entertaining, but storyline, you can't watch every storyline.
Is Disco Inferno still writing?
No, he doesn't work for them at all.
It's actually Don Callis is writing for him now.
No, I don't know if Don Callis writes for them. It's Don Callis and Scotty D'Amore.
Scotty D'Amore.
I don't think they write. I think they're in charge of the actual business.
Okay.
But they're in charge of the business because again, man, you gotta listen to Jericho podcast. Jericho,
I do off and on. I don't watch it all the time, but I don't listen all the time.
Wonderful podcast. He's so good at interviewing. He can have somebody on there that I think sucks, and it's a good interview.
Jinder Mahal's interview with him was fantastic.
I fucking hate the Scorpions. I do not like the Scorpions. I don't give a fuck about Gonky Park and none of that shit. But he had on the dude from the Scorpions, and I can't remember his name.
Oh, the band.
Yeah,
the band. I'm like,
and that was a damn good interview. I tweeted it, freaking Chris. I never tweet. I tweeted it, Chris Jericho. Man, that interview was so damn good. And I don't even like the Scorpions, and I was into that interview. He retweeted it. Because I was like, that's pretty cool. Like, I don't.
Yeah,
even
I didn't have up Striper.
Huh?
Didn't have up Striper.
Yeah, dude, he just because he's a fan of everything that he has on there. It's just good.
Yeah,
you can just tell when somebody actually likes what they're talking about. That it just works out. So I was gonna mention something. Probably overtime anyway. Kind of getting there.
We're getting close.
We're gonna do the open bottle and then.
Well, that's fine. Hold what was I gonna say now? I was gonna. Oh yeah. I know what I was gonna say. No, it's important. NXT. NXT is getting Ricochet
and
Candice LeRae
and
War Machine. Yeah, and they're getting War Machine. You're gonna see the big name. Ricochet is. You ever seen Ricochet?
He was Prince Puma in Lucha Underground.
Yeah,
okay.
That dude.
He's amazing.
He's amazing. You know who he's. Is he married or dating?
Dating Tessa Blanchard.
Dating Tully Blanchard's daughter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's also Magnum TA's
goddaughter, right?
I want to say stepdaughter.
That's his stepdaughter? No, I don't think so.
It's no. I thought her.
No,
her mom
Magnum TA is Cody Rhodes' godfather.
Yeah, but her mom married Magnum TA.
Yeah. There's something like that. Yeah.
Okay. I know what you're talking about. Okay.
Magnum TA was supposed to get like a big push. He was going to be the guy who comes after Ric Flair, and I think he was injured in a car accident and he couldn't wrestle.
Yeah, basically if he does, he's going to die.
Yeah, and they call him Magnum TA because he could look like Magnum PI.
Wasn't it like that was the day where the guys had a hairy chest and the little thick mustache?
Was it like Terry Anderson or something like that? Is his name?
Yeah, the TA are his initials. I know that much, but that's going to be interesting with War Machine because
they don't come off as a typical WWE tag team.
They don't, and the way they've been lately, they'll let them keep the War Machine persona. I really hope they do. But
I like that they've been doing that. Because I know that for a fact. That's what Don Callis and Scotty Demore do in Impact.
Yeah.
They bring in people that already have a known gimmick. They're letting you keep that gimmick.
Yeah.
They're like, why would we not capitalize on something you already got kind of popular? Like you know,
Yeah.
it makes sense. It totally makes sense to me, but you know.
It's going to be confusing though. if they end
I've
up
been told
on
before I use
SmackDown.
logic, and that's my problem.
Can you imagine Harper
Logic
and Rowan
and
against
reason.
Hanson and Rowe?
Nah, I don't,
That'd just be confusing.
I don't know. You know who I don't want to leave NXT? I don't want the iconic duo to leave NXT because I know as soon as they do, they're not going to get pushed. I don't want that to happen.
Oh, I feel bad because the Revival is such a good team, and they're just
Oh well,
the injuries and all that
yeah,
stuff too.
that's
I know,
exactly
but
it. Some guys. Well, I know I've heard Triple H say he wants to make that a full brand instead of just the developmental territory. And
Yeah.
I kind of think it kind of needs to happen. What I'm actually really pissed about is that they've been in Riverside. I don't know how many times.
about
and
3.
always have something going on that day. And it's like, man, I want to, because I'm a fan of the iconic duo.
Yeah.
I'm like, I want to see the iconic. And they were here. Then I saw a post the time they were here before. They're chilling at like Sky Zone and stuff. I'm like, that's like 10 minutes from my house. They could have gone to Sky Zone that day and been like, there's no way, Jose.
Hey, well, pretty soon you might be seeing that appearance of an XFL game.
Let's not get into that one. Did you buy your own league again?
Yeah, but my own league. For anybody knows, my initials are XFL. And I was messing around going, I'm going to sue Vince McMahon so I could get some money from the XFL. And like, someone's like, you don't have a case.
You're fired.
But Vince McMahon, I'm just going to mention briefly, has filed to maybe possibly start the XFL again. Well, good luck for him. Let's see if it happens again. But you cannot compete
Did you watch
against NFL.
that 20 for 20?
Yeah,
Yeah, I did.
Did you watch that 20
It
for
was
20?
actually really good.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was.
But I mean, like, yeah, that league had a lot
Or
of...
no, 30 for 30. I don't know why I called 20 for 20.
20 for 20 is ABC.
He's 2020.
Yeah, that was pretty good, 30 for 30.
Yeah.
Bud Light presents Real Men of Genius.
Real man of genius.
Today we salute you, Mr. 80 SPF sunblock wearer.
Mr. 80 SPF sunblock wearer.
There are 24 hours in a day. You're wearing 80-hour protection. If the sun fails to go down, you'll be ready.
Don't forget the moonlight.
Your coconut-scented force field blocks out all the sun's rays and any stray rays from another sun in another galaxy.
Your star.
30 SPF, please. You might as well be wearing cooking oil.
Something smells delicious.
So crack open an ice-cold Bud Light, Mr. 80 SPF sunblock wearer. In fact, feel free to crack one open at high noon in the middle of the Sahara Desert.
Mr. 80 SPF sunblock wearer.
Bud Light Beer, Anheuser-Busch, Cartersville, Georgia.
All right, so we're nearing the end of the podcast, so it is bottle share time. Open bottle. Today we have a Scotch ale from Thompson Brewing Company. Thompson Brewing is a family-owned brewery in Riverside. It's on Indiana Avenue, Riverside. If you've ever been to their brewery, it's a really cool brewery. They just opened up at the end of last year.
Where's it at?
It's on Magnolia. It's between Tyler and Van Buren.
On Magnolia between Tyler and Van Buren.
Yeah, there's just a bunch of little industrial places right there.
So past the mall.
Past the mall, past where like Enzo's Pizza and all that stuff is, and then it's kind of right there where that Rancho Therapy is. It's the
Rancho Alaxo.
Vaguely, yeah.
yeah.
That's a weird stretch of
It is.
Magnolia.
It is. But just an industrial complex, 5,000 square feet plus. They opened up. They were closed for like 2.5 years. But it's a really cool place if you ever get a chance to go. It's very, very family friendly.
brewery, just tap room.
It's a brewery. They brew there. They tap there. They have all kinds of board games. They have a dollhouse. Ruby, my daughter, goes.
Food? So yeah, food.
Food,
Yeah.
everything, man. It's a great place to check out if you're in the area. Today we have a Scotch ale, like I said. This is a 10% beer. Scotch ales are usually really malty. It's a really good piece here, so let's pop it open. See what we got. While we're pouring this, I will say I did get a chance to volunteer last weekend at a Pizza and Brew Fest. Empire Pizza and Brew Fest. That was a pretty cool experience.
The first time you poured beer like that?
Out of a crowler, yes.
No, not the growler.
I didn't pour beer at all. I was the pizza guy.
You're the pizza guy at the beer fest?
Yeah, at the Pizza and Beer Fest.
Okay.
So I worked at a booth for a place called Kudos Pizza.
Really? You didn't pour beer? That's weird.
No. they didn't have anybody pouring beer. That was all the actual breweries. There was
Canada?
about 8 or 10. There was about 8 or 10 breweries,
Uh-huh.
and they were pouring. We were serving pizza, and it was really cool because we'd have about 6 people working at the pizza booth. So they'd be like, you know what, get a taster glass, and as you guys feel comfortable, walk through, go try things out. A lot of local stuff. Ritual was there. Wix Brewing was there.
Wix has some good stuff.
They had a milk stout. Awesome. Really good.
I'm always leery to drink a milk stout because I don't know how I'm going to react to that.
It does have lactose sugar, so you have to be careful.
I probably will not be drinking milk stouts.
Unless you take the special pills.
But,
chew them up and then.
and
gag
Latitude
them.
33 was there. Latitude 33. Have you guys ever done Latitude 33 beers?
No, I've never had one.
They're out of San Diego. They're really good stuff too. They have an blood orange IPA that's pretty killer, and they had a mango one there, and they're it's called Honey Hips or Miso Honey, or either that or Miso Honey.
That's what they call me, baby.
The blonde
Honey
Hips. So, here we go.
Cheers. Cheers.
That's good. Nice. Smooth.
Yeah.
Smooth.
It's more malty than the stuff we've gotten
Yeah.
recently.
Yeah, it's not as bitter.
It's a caramel to it.
That's one of the things about Scotch ales. Nobody makes Scotch ales. And they're actually really good.
Actually, they're a lot more prevalent than you think. You just don't see them as often.
I guess not.
Because I know, I can't name them, but there's about 3 or 4 that I can think of that places that have them.
Yeah, but how many places can you think have an IPA? It's like 75.
Oh yeah, every place has like 3 IPAs. Yeah, the West Coast
Is it me or does IPA seem like it's on that's the trendy thing right now?
IPA has been the trend for the last 5-6 years.
You know what I've heard? Actually, I've heard a lot of people are actually starting to move towards the Mexican lager.
Yeah,
that's what the Sublime beer
as
is.
the trend.
Yeah.
The ale, but I still can't find over here.
With IPAs, they went from like the West Coast, which is super hopped. Now they're going to like the hazy IPA, which is like a East Coast style, and it's kind of like they call it as juicy. This is fantastic.
Yeah, well, good enough. Yeah, that's one of the ones I had at the beer fest. Is I had that it's called like Juice Machine or something like that from one in Rancho Cucamonga. I can't even think of it off the top of my head.
Hamilton's?
No.
No clue.
No.
Rowdies?
I'm pulling it up right now. It's called Kings.
Kings, yeah.
It's called Juice Bottle. It was an East Coast IPA. It was pretty good. And surprisingly, what they had there, and I kind of laughed about it at first, but it was actually pretty good. They had one of those hard seltzer places.
Well, I never even heard of hard seltzer.
Like White Claw hard seltzer. It's supposed to be alcohol-infused seltzer water.
Like Zima?
Something like that, man. But you know what?
I mean, that's the person I'm thinking. And
No, I totally get you. But you know what, man? If it's a summer day
Nick's
and
over there sipping
I'm
on
at the
Zimas.
beach, I'm going to have my little White Claw Zima.
I used to like Mike's Hard Lemonade.
They were there too, believe it or not.
Hey, so what made you? Because I did the last brew thing.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie, I was motivated by the punk rock.
Yeah.
What made you kind of volunteer for this?
Well, it was a $50 ticket, or you get to go for free and serve some pizza. So I'm like,
there you go.
I'm gonna go
I
for
kept
free.
my $60 too for that punk rock show. It's your two guys' turn now to volunteer at well, this guy works on them. He's worked a
Yeah,
couple.
There's
I
actually
worked-
one
yeah.
this weekend in I want to say Montclair, Claremont area.
it's
Upland.
up Upland. It's it used to be Dale Brothers. Now it's called Last Name. They're having a brew fest.
Did you say Delbert?
Dale Brothers.
Dale Brothers.
I've heard they're pretty good.
Dale Brothers does good stuff. They're one of the larger breweries in this area. Because they're distributed like in a lot of different places. They do good stuff. Chino Valley Brewery will be at the event. I will not be there because it's my birthday weekend and I decided to take it off.
Hey, you didn't do this by yourself, so how many people did you have go with you?
I actually just had one go with me, but it was perfect because it was just enough. We got some tasters, but we never got hammered or anything like that. It was hilarious to work in that pizza booth because
You deal with everybody that is hammered.
yeah.
Yeah. That's why I had a lot of fun doing that.
And the particular
Messing
place,
with them.
the
They don't
particular
know
one
you're
I
messing
worked
with
at, it was one of those like Blaze or Pyology style pizzas. It was a thin crust, your personalized pizza, but they have their signatures. So they'd bring in new pizzas for us every half hour. They'd bring us like 20 pizzas. And we're only giving away a slice at a time. Pizza lasted like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And then we're like, yeah, come back in like 15 minutes, we'll have more. So that's when we go out. We grab drinks and come back. People next to us, man, they had
Tacos.
They had 50, 60 pizzas. They only came once the entire thing. So once they were out, they were out. There was a couple of people that were doing like wood fire pizza right on site. Cool
That'd
stuff.
take a long time, man.
Yeah.
It's gonna take a long time.
They seemed, the lines for them were definitely the longest. But we always told them they never run out though, man. They're always cooking. They're always
Yeah,
cooking.
see, like when I think I did mention this, but when I did this thing, there was no advertising for the brewery that it was. So the known ones were like really long lines because they get that big old Stone or whatever. And then like because they also didn't have anything up, we had short lines. But then we still had beer when everybody else was running out. So then the lines get all long and people just realize, damn, this is probably one of the best beers here.
Who'd you work for?
Ale Smith.
There you go.
Yeah. So who has they have good stuff.
No, they do.
I'm still waiting for somebody. If somebody, please, if you find me either the Sublime Mexican Lager or the No Effects Punk and Drublick from Stone,
Have you talked to Mr. Jazz?
pick it up. Nah, man, I don't go down there. Like I can't. I'm not on our first name basis with that dude. I don't go down there that often. Oh, you did have Pliny the Elder in stock. Did you see
Yeah,
that?
yeah, I saw that the other day.
Yeah.
One per person.
One, yeah, that's pretty good.
I will talk to some of my contacts who work at Fedmo sometimes. See if I
yeah.
can find it for me.
Bedmo's supposed to carry both of them.
I'll talk to one of my contacts.
Both. I think the Punk and Drublick. I think this sold in the 6-pack, and I think the Mexican Lager. I think is bottom.
All right, guys. So we're gonna wrap this up now. It's been a pretty fun little podcast here. Got to try some awesome beer. Got to talk about some awesome things.
Talk about the Raiders.
Talk about the Raiders. Talk about some wrestling.
Oh my God, they've killed them! All right, guys.
He's dead.
Final thoughts, anybody? Final thoughts.
No, this is episode number. Well, I said
3.
I got thoughts. Episode number 3. We've been up there. People are listening. We need to keep it up. Doing it. We're gonna drop one a month. At least kind of do that. We're still looking for people who want to play some music. We'll drop some music in this one here, just from some people we know. But we're gonna hit up some other people for some music. So we'll do that. We'll keep going. You can find us on iTunes and subscribe from there. From Podomatic, who I believe has an app actually. Podomatic, Stitcher, YouTube. I'm trying to figure out how Spotify works. And TuneIn. We're on TuneIn. You gotta search. Unfortunately, TuneIn can't figure out. I'm supposed to be able to say, Alexa, play Extraordinary Culture, but it doesn't do it. I think it's because we're one of the smaller podcasts there. So,
Yeah.
But you can. From the TuneIn app, you can find us too.
And if you want to email us, how do you email us?
exocast@yahoo.com.
And we're
I
on
was thinking that
Instagram
right now.
And we're on Instagram at EOX Culture. And
No, we're
Good
Instagram
God, man.
He's done
EXO
this.
culture.
He's done this every time.
The dyslexic. It's the dyslexic in him.
yeah, exactly. And we're at Facebook on EOX Cult. So
No,
EXO.
we are not.
EXO.
EXO Cult.
Letter E,
All
letter
right.
X, letter O.
Every time he does that, we get to smack him in the top of the head.
You know what? You're fired.
Hey, it's the beer talking. It is a 10%.
I want to give an extra special shout out today for our new sponsor.
New sponsor.
New sponsor, the Maid Shop in Riverside.
Where is that again?
That's in Riverside, man. Have you ever been to Maid Shop? You haven't been to Maid Shop.
No, I
have
haven't
you?
been to
It's an
I
awesome
don't make it
place.
downtown too often.
It's an
there
awesome
today,
it's an
never mind.
awesome place. It's kind of by the plaza, Magnolia Street, right there. They call it the Magnolia Street Marketplace.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Our buddy Rico owns it, and he's
Him and his wife.
He's an
Him and
artist. He and his wife.
runs
He
it.
sponsors our walk too, right?
He
sponsors our-
does. No, he does. He helps sponsor the Magnolia Center Market Nights.
Okay.
But yeah, dude, it's a bunch of local artists, like 80 artists. They're all local, man. They put together their crafts. It's anything and everything: housewares, jewelry, furniture. They do custom work there. It's all just very unique, very personalized. If you want something that's going to stand out as a unique gift, great place to check it out. It's one more time, it's the Maid Shop in Riverside, and the
Awesome.
website is maidshopriverside.com. I'll give you the address right now. It's 6520 Magnolia Avenue in Riverside.
Awesome. Thank you, Rico, for sponsoring us.
Yeah, Rico's wife does some awesome candles that we went and picked up over Christmas, and a lot of his candles are were pretty cool. Soy, so
Oh, nice.
handmade. I mean, I understand they're all handmade, but small batch, artisan style, lots of variety. There's a lot of stuff over there. A lot of really cool stuff.
Yeah, you just walk in and it blows your mind at the creativity these people have.
The Maid Shop. Go check it out. When are the market nights happen?
Usually it's every Friday. I don't know what's going on right now because of the winter season. The holiday season just passed up. I need to look at that
So
myself.
MaidShopRiverside.com.
MaidShopRiverside.com.
MaidShopRiverside.com. Big shout out to our other two sponsors as well, Crown and Stash Barber Company.
Oh man, go get your hair cut, make an
I
appointment.
need to do that actually.
And if you're gonna do it after 4:00, plan accordingly. With all that damn traffic at that corner. Of,
No kidding.
15.
What's the 15? You know what? I'm convinced the 15 from Magnolia to Ontario is the longest mile on Earth.
You know, MapQuest, Google, whatever I use, Wave, never even has me go that way anymore. If I'm going to your shop from my house, it has me go around Lake
Calca?
Matthews.
Yeah,
We go all the way around
yeah.
Lake
Through
Matthews.
Masters.
Yeah.
And Chino Valley Brewery.
At ChinoValleyBrewery.com. We have cigar night coming up the third Tuesday of the month.
And
So-
get your stogies out.
Yeah.
Anything special coming up down the line right now in terms of beer?
Beer, no, I don't think there's anything coming up anytime soon. If there is, I will let you know and we'll bring it on the podcast.
Hey, you tell Monica Lewinsky I said hello.
When is the tap room open?
The tap room is open Wednesdays through Saturday, and we're open from 4:30 p.m. to 9 p.m. on Monday or Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturdays from 3 p.m. to 9 p.m.
So there's also a few games and
Trivia nights,
Trivia
Wednesday
nights,
night.
yeah, we
I
have
get that.
trivia nights are on Wednesdays. We're open, like I said, we're open the third Tuesday of the month for cigar nights, and we usually have a food vendor and cigars. So come in, we smoke outside because we're not gonna smoke inside and square everything up.
sounds good. Any last words, gentlemen?
Nah, man, thank you for listening. Check out the podcast. Check out our other podcasts. We've got a couple other ones. If this is your first time listening. Hey X, what's the name of that Instagram for the podcast again?
Instagram is EXO Culture.
Ah, you screwed that one up.
I have a last word. Ambidextrous.
That's good. Hey, we debuted a new logo.
We did.
We debuted our actual logo. It's a resurrection of what Dan and I were doing back in 2006. Because why not?
Yeah.
It's there, why
Before
not?
we started doing this podcast, we used to do one as well called Dead Boy Pro Weekly, bi-weekly, then monthly.
Just a
but
Dead
whatever
Boy
the hell we
Pro
want to.
Whatever the hell we got time to do it.
Quarterly.
It was fun. That's how we figured all this out.
But
for the most part.
that was our logo then. It's our logo now. Just gonna roll with it. It's resurrected from the dead.
Awesome. All right, guys. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
You can hear us next time.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.